development that we want to provide as we identify good individuals out of this community. So, in today's list of opportunities, we want to share with you some hiring positions that we are looking into for the individuals who are, say, graduating or already working somewhere. We also know that we have large number of students here who may be looking for internships, so we will be talking about an internship program. Then thousands of you who participated are eligible for consulting positions. We also want to educate you a little on what does it mean to be a consultant and the opportunity it provides you. And then many of you participated in IQC. You are in your stage two, and the stage two finals are going to happen in the next week. So we will announce who are qualifying forward into the stage two finals. And the most important and exclusive of all, Igor agreed to give his time to speak with all of us, share his journey of leadership in this space, and also give you advice on how you can make big out of the participation in IQC and Brain. So let's start with the first opportunity on the next slide, which is the full-time positions. So far we have hired over 72 individuals for full-time and internships via Brain. Many of them have been IQC participants, IQC winners. I just received a note from the IQC winner from 2 years ago that this is his first day at World Quant today. Vaibhav Gupta, he was from IIT Delhi in India. Today is his first day as a full-time employee at World Quant. So a lot of individuals from IQC have become full-time employees. And over the years, I'm also showing on the screen some individuals who are now at substantial roles were identified via this community. There is a team called Value Add Team, which captures the value of every entity at World Quant. The director of that team was identified, Vladimir, through this community. We have portfolio managers at World Quant who came in through the community. Arshdeep Singh is an example. And then we have individuals doing leadership roles in the research organization also identified through this community. So now moving forward, there are 6 job opportunities that I wanted to highlight to you today, and we will give preference to you if you apply for these opportunities. These opportunities are live on World Quant's website. We are hiring for these positions. So if you are interested and you think you're relevant, please go to the website, apply there for these roles. I'll give you a brief overview of what these roles are. WorldQuant is trying to make things big in AI, and soon you will see AI being represented more and more on the Brain platform as well. But to work directly with Igor and myself, we are looking for 2 AI research scientists on the team we called CEO Direct to work. We are looking for individuals who have applied AI knowledge to help prototype some ideas with us. And if those ideas and prototypes look good, we make them big in the organization. So we're looking for 2 AI research scientists. If you are interested, please do apply. We are also hiring AI researchers for the Brain team. Brain team, all the consultants and researchers are producing a lot of good output. In millions of alphas are being produced. We want to build an AI layer on top of all those alphas to find AI methods to combine and to create features and other good things using the latest technologies, say the LLM technology as well. Plus, we also want to create a bigger ecosystem of AI on Brain. So individuals who are Brain AI researchers can contribute on both sides. So if you are interested and you have the applied knowledge of AI, please do apply. We are also looking for a research scientist on the value add team. Value add team is another team which works directly with Igor and myself to help us identify the value added by various projects, researchers, portfolio managers. The team does the capital allocation across the portfolio managers and several other things. We are also looking to add AI capabilities on the value add team and also to identify stronger and newer methodologies to capture value of every entity in our ecosystem. If you are interested, please do apply for the research scientist on the value add role. And finally, on Brain, we have 250,000 users. We have 8,500 plus consultants and several others who are going to join us via this IQC. All the decisions we make on Brain is based on the input that we receive from you, our consultants, and our community. And it is a very decision, it's a very data-driven decision ecosystem. Data scientist plays a big role in this. We already have data scientists, but we are looking to expand that team further to make it more effective for our participants. So if you are looking forward to being a data scientist and contributing into the brain community's growth, please do apply for this role. These are just some of the opportunities I'm highlighting. There are so many other open roles on the website. These ones to work closely with Igor and myself. If you are interested, please do apply. And in your comments when you apply, please list that you are an IQC participant or a brain consultant so that we can give you a higher priority. This is the first opportunity. Moving forward, we are also offering the internships for 2026. For this community and the participants, Brain is now launching a new internship program. As a part of it's an exclusive opportunity for you to meet the World Quant team in person, spend time with us across various locations where World Quant operates in. We operate out of 27 offices in 17 countries. These locations will be available across various geographies. So, top consultants who will be identified as a part of the brain community via the Genius program will be offered the chances to apply and interview for the internships. You will get a chance to do and use more tools apart from brain when you are on this internship. You will get a lot of data science and AI exposure for the kind of things we are doing at the firm. And in addition, you would also help us with business development kind of things when you are on an intern to grow and strengthen our brain community. We plan to organize the interviews over the next several months and hope to make decision by December of this year on who will be joining us for internships in summer of 2026. So if you are looking for interns and interested, please do apply. Again, list that you are an IQC participant or a brain consultant to get the priority. All right, moving on. This was the second opportunity. Now, many of us on this call will become consultants. In thousands of us will be becoming consultants. So you have been on a user journey. You went from being a bronze user to a silver user to a gold user. Now starts your consultant journey. You would become an expert, master, or a grandmaster from here, and several things will unlock for you as you will grow through the ladder in your consultant journey. As a master, you can make over $2,000 in quarterly stipend, between $2,000 to $8,000. And if you are a grandmaster, you can make between $8,000 to $25,000 quarterly as a stipend. What more do you get when you are a consultant? Moving on. So when you are a consultant, you get access to many more regions to do research. As a user, you can use US, but when you are a consultant, there are 10 more research regions, Europe, Asia, global, and many others. And there are over 100,000 data fields now available for you to explore to create your alphas. There will be a merit-based compensation for being a part of this. I explained there is a genius level, which helps you get access to a lot of uh, tools as you grow across the genius level, but also growing compensation on that journey. Then, not only this, education is also a big part of the consultant role. You would become a part of an advisory program where full-time researchers at World Quant will educate you on how to make more alphas and different kinds of alphas to help you succeed on this role. And the there are many more features that you will have access to. You will have longer history to simulate your results. You will have more sophisticated tools where you can code and visualize the data sets that you are deciding ideas. You can run multiple simulations at the same time, which you could not do as a user. There are several kinds of alphas. We produced super alphas, which is combination of alphas, power pool alphas, atom alphas. You will learn a lot about them once you are a consultant. You will have Python frameworks to write machines and tools which can help you in making alphas. It will be a brain API, and you can connect your tools with the platform to become more efficient in your research. And like I said, brain labs to analyze more data fields to understand data better while making your alphas. Along with this, over your journey as a consultant, we keep offering multiple opportunities for full-time roles and internships, so you will have exposure to those. And not just that, we would also organize many offline events to get all of us together. So please do participate in those events that will be organized in several countries. And since the biggest participation here today is from the IQC users, the competition doesn't end here. The competition only starts. Even when you are a consultant, we keep organizing many interesting competitions, but within our consultant community. So you will have chance to win awards and also compete with the selected community out of our big user base. So these are some of the opportunities: full-time roles, internships, consulting positions. And then we would also be announcing the winners of the stage two who are going into the stage two final round later. But what's on the next slide? Let's take a quick look if I'm not missing on any other important information. But now I really wanted to, this is the most exciting part of today's discussion. We wanted to meet with Igor and, go through his journey in how he became a leader in the industry, how he established this organization, his vision, and his advice for the participants of this webinar. So, Igor, thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you, Nitish.
So, Igor, we have, thousands of individuals on this call today who are looking forward to learn from you. So, and a lot of them were the participants of International Quant Championship this year. So I actually wanted to start by asking you that uh, why is competition like IQC such a powerful tool for talent discovery and skill development? Why did you want World Quant to run a championship like this?
Well, at the World Quant, we always believe the ethos that talent is distributed globally around the world. Opportunity is not. So we want to identify talent in the world wherever uh, it occurs and to bring it into the World Quant uh, ecosystem. Uh, and what better way to do that than a competition? They have theories about when you should do competitions, when you should do other things, and for cases when you want to gather talent, competition is a very good and exciting form that lets you quickly discover capable individuals.
Yes, and I think that this vision of yours so far has been successful with the amount of participation and number of individuals we've been able to hire so far. So that's great. And like you said, that talent is universal, global, but opportunity is not. And through these competitions, you are creating this opportunity. So many individuals here may not be coming from finance background or very traditional backgrounds we look for in the finance industry, but many non-traditional backgrounds, but still excelled in the competition. Um, so how do you suggest that they can take advantage of competitions like these, even though they come from non-traditional backgrounds?
Well, what's important for WorldQuant is not so much a person's background, but a person's ability to think quantitatively and to create alphas and other algorithmic objects for WorldQuant. And this is not really correlated one to one with quantitative education, but is correlated with intelligence, with creativity, with the ability to pursue problems and think about uh, problems all the time. So we encourage all people who are smart, industrious, ambitious, and can think about the problem all the time to take part in the competitions, to learn whatever expressions on Python is to be learned. It's not such a big hurdle. The hurdle is the thinking ability and the creativity and the ability to think about the problem all the time.
Think about the problem all the time, the focus. And also, we've been noticing, lately all of us are seeing the LLMs have become so powerful that they're solving all the puzzles or the basic exams that happen around. But IQC and Brain Platform actually helps us evaluate you at the real work that you have to do when you are in a job at World Quant. So this is the test. This is the ultimate test for all of you, whether you can do it or not. And if you can, you have a future. Okay. So Igor, how do you think about career development at World Quant? How do you think about the growth of individuals? How do we plan it at World Quant?
World Quant is virtually a pure meritocracy. So career development at World Quant proceeds along the steps of um, milestones, like within different departments. There are different milestones, and IQC and Brain also has its own milestones, and there's really no limit as long as you keep reaching the right milestones to you can rise as high as you want. Uh, you can even become next CEO, and I'll move aside. There's no limit, virtually. There's just opportunity, and that's what the whole company is built on. That's what's efficient.
Thank you, Igor. I've been working with you for 13 years and I've seen you in action in various market regimes that have happened, but your career is much, much longer and you've gone through different kinds of careers too. You were a gamer, then you switched to finance. Within finance, you did so many interesting things, navigated through many market cycles. Um, would we would all love to hear from you. We've read your books, but once again, what were some of the key milestones and the things that you've done in life which ultimately brought you to this place? Any things that you want to share that you think will be useful for everybody here?
Well, it's good to make plans in life, but it's good to be aware that whatever you're planning is not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out. So it's important to have the plans for the purpose of being disciplined and having a direction and knowing if you're going in the right direction. But you have to be willing to change the plans and to change a direction as it becomes obvious that you're not going in the right place. Now, in my own personal case, the journey has been quite long. I went from like video game programmer. This is a long time ago. This is still in high school, even uh, to programming general ledger systems at an oil company, to working at AT&T Bell Laboratories, to working at Harvard Institute for International Development, to working at DH Blair and Company, identifying investment opportunities, to then working at Timberhill Interactive Brokers, doing looking for strategies and strategy development, and making a move to Israel Ingle's company, Millennium, and starting a strategy desk there, and then slowly building that from a one-person operation to uh, an operation that currently has about 1,200 employees and I think close to 9,000 consultants at this point in time. And it's really relying more. It's very, my approach is very tactical. You just do the right thing at every moment in time, and naturally you will emerge and you will do well if you're right enough. Uh, versus having a more strategic orientation. Strategies are nice, uh, but they are far-reaching, and in the current world that's changing so much, you have to be nimble and you have to take advantage of new opportunities like LLMs, like the brain itself is a new opportunity that wouldn't be possible years ago because the connectivity and the reach just wasn't there, wasn't available. Uh, so I hope I answered the question, and of course throughout the journey there were some difficult moments. So there was a quant meltdown of 2007 when everybody was liquidating portfolios, and we liquidated ours exactly one day ahead of time and went back in exactly one day after, and so survived that. And there have been a number of events like that. There was 2008 was a slower version of a similar thing, and then there were numerous and countless liquidations and shocks for years going forward. And with time and with adding more staff and with picking up more technologies, management has actually become easier because there's more people that can be deployed to do different kinds of things, and the economies of scale kick in, and not so many people can compete with you, making great number of alphas of great number of data sets every day using AI and doing all other kinds of things. Whatever we can dream of, we virtually have an army of 10,000 people at this time to implement the idea. What other firm has that? So I think the consultants, thank you and kudos to you for being there and providing timely and good input. Uh, World Quant is a firm on the way up, and you're in a good place at a good time.
Completely agree with that. Um, Thank you, Igor. And it's very clear that the number of decisions you made in your own professional career, you've been bold in making big pivots from industry to industry and also changing your path within the industry. So you've been very tactical at that. And also the number of market regimes and the clarity in thinking when big decisions are supposed to be made to keep the organization and use the opportunity when the markets are in chaos to one, keep the organization, but also come out as a winner out of it has been phenomenal. Most of us, watched the COVID scenario, which is very current. Uh, how did the COVID scenario compare with 2007 or 2008? Was it very similar, less so like what 2008 was? How do you compare them?
Yeah, it was more similar to 2007. It was a bit faster because there was no prelude of bleeding for months before the climax. It just happened very, very quickly,
Uh, so you have to route to again. You have to get out quickly. You have to get in quickly. Once the craziness passed, and other than that, it differed because I had to do this all from an attic in Hungary. Uh, we at that point in time already had work from home infrastructure even before COVID. We were able to do it, but the COVID forced us to go into that mode, and that created an interesting learning experience, which we kept to a large degree.
Yes. Although you've already described, but your ability to make big decisions very quickly when these things are happening with clarity is a big leadership skill and learning. Is there something that you think special when these kinds of situations are happening? Is there a way of thinking, or is it all your experience that makes it very intuitive and clear at that point in time? How do you think when you make these big decisions? For many of the participants here, they have to make many big decisions for their careers, for their life choices. This line of thinking can really help them.
Well, chaos always exists, right? And the thing to do is to make sure that chaos doesn't exist inside your head. And if the chaos doesn't exist inside the head, and you have a clear way of thinking, uh, then you're gonna come out ahead. And so, if you have clear goals, if you're not afraid to make uh, decisions when the odds are in your favor, and if you're not afraid to cut losses when it looks like what you intended is not happening, and try again and again and again and again, and think about the problem all the time. If you can do all those things, then, as the poem goes, then you'll be a man, my son, or a woman, in this case.
Very good. Cut the losses, see whether the odds are in your favor, and then try to make big decisions. And once you've made a decision, try to make it work as hard as you can. Um, okay. Your vision and ability to see in the future, convert information to intelligence, as I see, is one of the other big strengths. Why is it important to have strong vision as a leader, and how has being a visionary powered World Quant success?
Well, there are different kinds of leaders, right? There are charismatic leaders, there are and they're visionary leaders too, right? In the area of technology, in the area of finance, where things are changing, uh, seeing a little bit further ahead helps. And but you have to realize that you yourself are part of what you're seeing. And as someone said, that the best way to predict the future is to build it. So we pick good projects, and we try very hard to make them succeed, and then the future kind of happens like we want it to happen, because it happens and because we made it happen. So
Yes.
50-50, I would say.
And we call it future faster at WorldQuant. By doing things faster and with focus, we try to bring the future faster to us. Um, Very nice. You said staying ahead of the curve in this age of AI and huge amount of data getting created. What are the foundational technical skills that you think that a community should possess if they are aspiring quants or they want to build a career in quantitative finance? Are there any special skills that you think one should focus on?
Well, programming in Python, uh, knowing how LLMs work, not knowing how deep learning works, uh, and various associated quantitative skills uh, as needed from time to time is really all you need, plus imagination, creativity, uh, relentless drive, and ability to not become emotionally entangled with your own ideas. If they don't work, cut them, move on to the next idea. These are ideas. It's not, it's not family. It's ideas. You can just cut them and let go.
Very nice. It's been great hearing, several, although you're sharing your experience as one-liners, but I'm sure behind those one-liners and key concepts lies a lot of experience that you are sharing. This would be my final question to you. Um, Several advices provided, but one more directed advice for the participants. If you could give your younger self and the youth here an advice of how to think about their careers, what would you recommend how they should think about it?
I think it's pretty simple. You identify some goal, and then you move towards that goal along some gradient, right? So every action you take, you think, does it move me closer to that goal, or does it not move me closer to the goal? And then you do whatever it takes to slowly make your way towards this goal. And as you're moving through the organization, as you are tasked with succeeding in certain areas, well, you have to succeed in that area before you move to the next area. That's part of moving towards the goal. So you you inherit a sub goal of succeeding in this area. Then you think, okay, every step you take, everything you do should be focused on making this area succeed. And that's all. That's all there is to it.
One step at a time, but defined step at a time.
Focus, focus on alignment, and willpower to keep the focus. Right, focus is defined by two things. It's defined by how much you're looking at. You can increase the focus by looking at fewer things, breaking it down into parts, and then focusing on each part, and that creates a greater strength of mind applied to that part. Or and at the same time, you can increase the amount of attention and perseverance and willpower you use to focus on that part. So the two together, if you apply them, you will succeed at everything. Uh, that's all there is to it.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you for sharing those perspectives. These were some questions I had, but we also wanted to open the forum for some questions from the community. Avril, I'll hand it over to you.
Sure. I'm going to cover some recurring questions coming from the community right now, Igor. So
Okay.
one question recurring is, any suggestions for the university students? What would Igor have done differently back when he was in school?
I think in school I learned some hard skills and I learned some soft skills. I would focus more on hard skills and a little bit less on the soft skills. Hard skills being computer languages, engineering type things that are hard to learn. Finance is easy to learn. Engineering and programming is hard to learn. So I would focus a bit more on that. Although I did focus on that, but maybe I'd focus a little bit more.
Okay, very clear. Focus on the hard skills. So another question is, how would you value languages like C++ or Rust to break into quant finance? I think this is coming from the fact that you've suggested that focus on learning Python. So would it be fair to say that Python is the go-to language?
At the moment, it seems to be the go-to language, as all the libraries are written in it. C++ is as well, for the faster applications. And I know there are a bunch of other languages out, but everywhere you turn, you see Python, 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 uh, and sometimes C++.
Right. I mean, as straight as it can get. Thank you, Igor. And there are
Yeah.
some questions about your early days of World Quant, especially around the Great Economic Recession. So how did World Quant specifically manage around 2007 to 2009? Anything you would want to share about how World Quant stood out from the pack?
We were disciplined as evidence unfolded that things weren't working as usual because we were slowly bleeding money in 2008 and quickly bleeding money in 2007. We uh, we decided and executed very disciplined size downs in those areas, right? Because number one cardinal rule of money management is don't lose money. So when your strategies are losing money, you don't understand why. You don't have to understand why. You cut your exposures and you wait, and eventually the wind turns the other way, and one morning you wake up and every alpha you have is up. Everything is making money, and then at that point you go back into the market. So this happened very quickly in 2007 and very slowly in 2008. But both cases involved the same approach: the just discipline, not losing money, and then going in at the right time, at the right size. Because if you're in a big size, you're not going to make money. And so the number two rule, if the number one rule is don't lose money, then the number two rule is make money. So you have to do both.
Yeah, simple but not easy advice to follow. Thank you, Igor. So I'll wrap up with two more questions coming in, and this is for both Igor and Nitish. What do you most hope to see from the participants in the national, regional, and of course the global IQC finals? Any expectations or tips for them?
We hope to see good solutions and creativity and interesting people, interesting teams like we always have. When we meet great, smart, interesting, great, creative people.
Absolutely,
Fish.
creativity. Yes.
Yeah, I would have said the same. Like, don't hesitate to bring out your natural self uh, in the national and regional finals. You have succeeded so far by doing what you are good at and building your own style into the execution of this competition. So bring out your natural self, bring out your innovative side, and present it to the judges on what you have achieved so far and stand out in that pack. I think that would help you, proceed further into the next rounds of IQC.
Think very clear directives. Thank you, Igor and Nitish. And one last question for Nitish. What else do you have in the pipeline as a feature for development on the Brain platform for the community?
So we have been receiving a lot of requests from the community to allow them to code their alphas on the platform for better flexibility. In the past, we've been receiving requests to allow them to analyze the data because Brain platform was more about aggregated data and visualizations were more limited. So we heard that advice. Couple months ago, we launched something called Brain Labs, where now you can code and analyze data in much more detail. And we are seeing thousands of individuals making use of that feature, which gives us more confidence that this community is not only about writing expressions. The ones who are good at ideas and expressions, they do that, but they can also code interesting stuff. So we are working to enable capabilities to be able to code the alphas and hence you make use of the newer technologies that are coming in as well. So we are working on that roadmap, and hopefully in near future we will see that as a big thing coming on the platform.
Great. A huge opportunity in store for both users and consultants. Please stay tuned for further updates as and when this gets live on Brain. All right. Thank you, Igor, Nitish. I think we can wrap up the Q&A session then. We still have at least a dozen questions coming in. I think we will share them with Igor and Nitish offline, and hopefully maybe we'll do another session like this once another opportunity arises.
Good.
Okay. Now to the final item on our agenda today is the results of IQC Stage 2.1 to know who all are going to be invited to the presentation round of Stage 2 for the national finals of International Quant Championship. For this, we will do the announcement shortly. I'll just give a recap of what the Stage 2 was, and then I will invite Nitish to share the results. So to briefly recap, the top 12% teams from the universities across the world from IQC Stage 1 qualified to IQC Stage 2. This IQC Stage 2 ran across May and June, where 25% of the score was based on the merged performance of the portfolio of the alpha submitted across USA Delay 0 and Delay 1. This was a 5-year sample period, and the 75% of the score is based on the outsample hidden period. The score was released at the start of IQC Stage 2, now at the end of IQC Stage 2. And a combination of this will determine who qualifies for the presentation round. There was no limits on the daily points to be earned, and the points per alpha depended on the quantity and quality of alphas being submitted. The prize money at stake for Stage 2 is $3,000, $2,000, $1,000 for the top three in each of the national finals. We will have 11 national or regional finals in Stage 2. More details will be visible on the platform for the people who qualify. And beyond this, we also have the stipends for the consultants who are part of IQC, and we'll also have another $40,000 pool for the finalists in IQC Singapore, where we will see 12 teams from across the world compete in September. The results will go live on the Brain platform soon, but we would like to invite Nitish now to share more details about IQC Stage 2. Nitish, over to you.
Thank you, Avril. Once again, thank you for competing so hard. There are 77,000 teams, which is almost 80,000 individuals participating. 8,800 teams qualified into the next round, 11%, already a very difficult benchmark, followed by 88 teams who we will be announcing today, who will be qualifying for the next presentation round of the Stage 2. The winners from this will then be qualifying for the global finals to go to Singapore. The ones who made it, big congratulations to them. But the ones who would not win today or go into the next round, please understand what you've learned through this IQC experience, competing against the top 80,000 individuals from thousands of universities and 142 countries. You've already achieved a lot. And WorldQuant doesn't end the IQC. You become a part of our community, and we will continue to provide several opportunities to you via our consulting program and other avenues in future. So please stay as a part of the community and do not get demotivated if you do not qualify forward. It's a lot of teams, 88 teams, so I won't be announcing all of them, but I would just be putting these teams on the screen. The results would go live on the platform soon after as well, so you would know if you are qualifying forward. So at this point, maybe we should go into showing on the screen, putting each region on the screen to show how and who is qualifying. So first we will have, let's go to the next slide. The Asia region, we are showing you the teams qualifying from mainland China and Hong Kong and India. Uh, Tens of thousands of individuals from each of these countries participated. But in the end, here are the 9 teams from China and 8 teams from India who are qualifying for stage 2 finals. I hope you must have been able to see your team name. In Asia, we also have Korea and Malaysia. So we will have the finals, country level finals. So one individual out of these teams is definitely going to qualify forward. Singapore and Taiwan. Only the top 1,000 teams on the leaderboard have been selected. Amongst the top 1,000 team on the leaderboard are selected for these next rounds. Asia and Africa, Vietnam and Kenya teams. A lot of engagement from both of these countries. America and Europe, the teams from US qualifying forward, and UK. I can see several good university names here and on the previous slides. And then from some countries, we have some great participants, but not a lot of participants. So we could not organize a country round in every country. There is 142 countries participating. So that is why we give an opportunity by creating one regional round where a top team from different countries get selected. This will be a virtual round. Others will be in-person round. So this is the regional round. So big congratulations to everybody. I think this is the last slide, my understanding from the winner's perspective. So big congratulations to everyone for being a part of IQC. For the ones who are qualifying forward, still a long way to go to be the world quant champion. Um, and a special thank you to Igor to join us and share his perspectives, his experience, his life journey with all of us. And we hope to continue to stay in touch with you even after this IQC. Aviral.
Thank you, Nitish. Thank you, Igor. Also sharing the leaderboard with all of you. So for seeing your more detailed rankings, please go to the Brain platform and you'll be able to see the rankings which have been updated on the platform. You will also get emails from Brain over the next 2 days with clear next steps on how you have to confirm your participation in stage 2 finals. For people who did not see their names on the screen but were very close to the top, you may still be in the wait list. So in case there's some vacancy opens up, you may still get a chance to present in the stage 2 national finals. So don't lose hope just yet. Of course, you all have the opportunity to become consultants, and IQC is just a stepping stone for the rest of your careers. So please get in touch with your country leads for the next steps to become consultants as well, because that's when more of the opportunities that Nitish mentioned, including internships, full-time, genius payouts, will open up for you. A recurring question coming to all of us is about how to apply for the internship positions. So there are two ways. One is if you go onto the WorldCon careers page and just search for the word intern, you will see many brain research intern positions. You can apply for those if you see those for your country. That's one way you do it proactively. The other way is you reach out to your advisor or your country email IDs, and you know who they are if you are interested in the internships. The other way is we periodically scan through the top performers of IQC, of consultants, genius levels, and so on, and we extend interview offers there ourselves as well. So you will get an email from us proactively too if we see you among the consistent top performers. So one way is now passively you would get invites to become an intern, and other ways you proactively apply to becoming an intern. All right, that brings us to an end of the webinar today. Thank you all for joining. And thank you, Igor and Nitish, once again for sharing your vision and advice with all of us. Hope to see you all very soon and all the best for the teams of stage 2 who are going to go ahead. We will stay back for the next 5 minutes with our video off to answer any questions that we have received in chat. But for now, the webinar is concluded. If you have any questions pending, please send them on chat or send us via email. Thank you, everyone, and see you in the next upcoming webinars as a consultant or as a user. Bye-bye.